Anyway, Urban Champion.
Wait, what?
Guard yourself while waiting for your chance to KO your opponent. Another golden 8-bit moment. So, this was an NES game in 1986, Urban Champion. It plays like boxing. So, you know Game & Watch Boxing? We saw that in Gallery 4.
Right.
And also, it's similar to Punch-Out a little bit. But it's mostly like boxing, where you've got up and down to change the level of your guard. And you've got a back to dodge. And A to punch. You punch at whatever level your guard is currently at. So, you need to hit your opponent to knock them into the sewer there.
You gotta hit them the number of times equal to the difficulty.
Yep. And, like boxing, the opponent has their up and down guard. If you punch at the spot where they are guarding, then it doesn't count. They've guarded, so that's not a hit that goes through. I eventually found that the way to do this is just shift guard down immediately and punch repeatedly.
Go for the gonads.
It always, like, I found that punching low was a bit more reliable than punching high. It's still, like, it's not really something that you can, you don't have enough time to be able to physically react to the actual person's up and down guard, to see where they're guarding and actually punch where they're not guarding. There is not enough time to look at that and process that information and react to it. You kind of just need to guess. Guess a up and down spot and mash A until you've either won or lost. So, this is one that could not really get far in. But this was also a game that I never had as a kid, so I don't really know a whole lot about it. But I am vaguely aware of it as like a classic. Like the punching the guy into the sewer, that's something that like sticks clear in my mind as a classic thing. For some reason.
Speaking of classics,
stack up. Time it so that Rob grabs the stack of discs. Does this take you back, way back? 1985, NES Rob with blocks. So it's Rob, our robotic operating buddy. Rob was a peripheral that came with some early model NES consoles. It was something that they packaged together because in the 80s, this was a time when the home console game market had crashed. There was like a glut of different consoles, various Atari consoles and other Amigas, and all sorts of different companies trying to get into the space, that there were just dozens of different consoles in the market. And so, like, you buy one console and they release maybe a couple of games for it, but...
And then the company crashes.
Because people are buying the other consoles because nobody knows what to buy. So, there was a lot of consumer doubt and disinterest in the home console market. So, Nintendo used Rob to kind of get around that and sort of trick people into buying into the NES and bringing it into their homes by making it look more like a toy. You know, this is like a toy. This is a kid's robot toy that you buy for the kids. It's like a big thing, and it was like they released it around Christmas, I believe. It was like a big thing, and it worked. A lot of people bought the NES with Rob, and now they had the NES, so they could just release the games. I will note this game is different between the English and Japanese versions. In the Japanese version, it has an actual Famicom in the background, and Rob has the Famicom colors, because the actual Rob peripheral did have different colors in the US and Japan. They matched the colors of the console. Anyway, the microgame here. Rob moves its arms up and down, and you push A at the right time to make the arms lock in and grab the block. The stack of blocks is gets shorter each difficulty level, so it starts at 3, then goes to 2, then goes to 1, making your timing window tighter for when you need to press to grab the blocks. I like Rob. I never had a Rob. Metroid! Destroy Mother Brain! Ah, Metroid. Now that's one good game. 1986 NES game Metroid.
Yeah!
So here, for some unknown reason, they have controls up and down to transform into Morph Ball.
Yeah!
There is no reason to do that in this micro game.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not. This is a mash A game.
Shut up.
This is a mash A game. You mash A to fire your missiles at Mother Brain.
You might get hit by a Rinka.
You have so much health. Just mash A. Pressing down to go into Morph Ball, that is just there to slow you down and confuse you, and they just threw it in for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe they just...
Because you have the Morph Ball at this point.
But yeah, this game is mash A. The difficulty level is how many times you need to hit Mother Brain with the missiles, I believe. Or no, was it always? I think actually no. It's the same number of missiles every time. Difficulty level affects how many Rinka, how frequently that Rinka fire happens, and they will block a missile. So that will increase the total number of missiles you need to fire. But the number of missiles that need to hit Mother Brain is always the same. Which does make this game incredibly easy. Let's just fast forward here a little bit.
Because you're very good at mashing buttons.
Yeah. So, and I feel like we don't have a whole lot to say about Metroid, aside from a reminder that Samus Aran has been in the Mushroom Kingdom before.
It's true. Also, I love Metroid games.
Yeah. That's another series that I'd love to do,
And all
the Metroids, in addition to all the Marios, all the Zeldas.
Maybe in, like, 30 years when we're done with this one.
Anyway, as you can see here, I got well past the maximum speed.
Indeed.
And, this one, I easily could max out the score counter to 999 if I paused between things to give my arm a chance to rest. So,
The galaxy is at peace.